Sorry, I'm just trying to share my screen. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, just keep yourself muted and I will start my presentation. Welcome to my PowerPoint presentation on screen addiction. For this exhibition, I have done my internet research, I have done surveys, I've done interviews, and I have tried to find out how the pandemic can link into this, to my exhibition topic. Greetings, my name is Krishna. I am a student from PYP 5B, and I will be telling you about screen addiction. I chose screen addiction as my topic because it's something new to me and I want to find out more about it. Initially, I was going to choose the freshwater crisis, but what provoked me to pick screen addiction was the fact that screen addiction can change people's lives, and I want to show people how they can avoid it. My POI, otherwise known as Program of Inquiry. My theme is who we are. I chose it because screen addiction can change who you are, so to me it felt right to choose who we are. So my central idea is external influences challenge humankind. My learner profile is our responsibility towards screen addiction and how is screen addiction changing us. My learner profile is thinker and balance. My key concepts is change and responsibility. My ATL skills, otherwise known as approaches to learning, is self-management skills. What are my learning outcomes? I want people to know about screen addiction and how it affects people and it is bad for people. What kind of action do I want to take? I want to make a website and a YouTube video, but I did take an extra action that I'll be talking about later.
Are you recording?
What is screen addiction? Essentially, screen addiction is somewhat a type of drug to your brain that can cause many addictions and affects the way you live. For example, it can cause bad behavior. It can lead to you always wanting your phone with you when you are asleep or do anything. Or it can lead to the last thing you do in the night is watch your phone, and the first thing you do in the morning is watch your phone. So here is a paragraph that I got from my internet research, as I said before. And so, yeah, don't think I have enough time to read that all to you, but you can take a good look at it. Okay. Can screen addiction cause stress, anxiety, and depression? Yes, it can cause all of those or any of those. Say one day you post a picture on Instagram and you're constantly checking your posts and you're anxious of people's reactions. You get a ton of hate comments on your post and you get so many that you cry yourself to sleep. Then the next day you wake up to see so many more hate comments. And then you say, you know what, I'm not good enough. And just because of that, you're very stressed and depressed, maybe even sad and unhappy and all. Symptoms of screen addiction. What I'm about to tell you is based off my perspective and research. First one is eagerness to be on a screen, loss of interest in other activities, frustration, behavior issues, less time spent with family, socializing problems, loneliness, and shyness. Did you know that the ongoing pandemic brings stay-at-home screen-addicted culture? So how has life changed? The ongoing pandemic has locked people inside their homes. People are being forced to do everything digital, such as regular school, extra activities such as music classes, and people are chatting more online because they're not able to meet up physically. Because of the ongoing pandemic, screen time has gone up by 80%. And the people that are getting more and more addicted to the screens are gaining weight, developing eye issues, body pain, and behaviors. Side effects of screen addiction. Screen addiction is a real health crisis. Too much screen time can cause health risks. Some of the most common side effects are neck pain, back pain, weak vision, overweight, headaches, sleeping issues, and bad memory. On the next slide are my survey results. So I did two different types of surveys. Therefore, I have two different types of respondents. One is kids and one is parents. So the first question was, how many types of screens do you use? The kids say that they use their iPads and laptops and TVs the most, but they also use their smartphones and gaming console a good amount. But the parents said that the kids use just a lot more of everything because the smartphone is 93% and just everything is just a lot more. So in general, the parents think that the kids are using their devices for much more than what they say they use. Question 2. Daily, how many hours do you spend on a screen? So I gave the kids a few options here, like 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 4 to 3 to 4, 4 to 5, and more to 5, more than 5. 71% said that they only use 1 to 2. But when I asked the parents the same question, they said that the kids use more 2 to 3, and 4 to 5, so the kids think that they're not using as much time, whereas the parents think that they're spending much more time on their screens. Question 3. For what purpose do you use your screen? Most of the kids said that they use it for study and entertainment a lot, and not many of the kids said they use it for social media, chatting, or video surfing or informational purposes. But the parents said that they use it a lot for entertainment, a lot for study, not as much as entertainment. They also use it a lot for informational purposes, a lot more for social media, a lot more, video surfing and chatting. So the parents think that they're using more for entertainment, video surfing, and social media other than informational purposes and study. Question 4. Do you use a blue light in the first thing in the morning and last thing in the night? 84% of the kids said no, and only 15% said yes. The parents were asked a different question, but the question was, do you consider your kids' study and informational use of screen time as screen time? If yes or no, please explain below. One of the parents said that I think in today's world, some amount of screen time is inevitable due to academic and social requirements. However, excessive screen time is not good for physical as well as psychosocial health. Question 5. Do you think blue light impacts our daily life? If yes or no, please explain below. One kid said, I only watch my iPad 30 I only watch my iPad only 30 minutes. I've heard your eyes hurt if you too much. And another kid said, basically on every device I use, I have eye protection on. Question 5 for the parents was, do you think your blue screen is impacting your kid's life? If yes or no, please explain. One parent said, yes, eyes are affected a lot. Winked eyes problems is increasing. Another parent said, yes, it definitely has a big impact on overall health, especially on eyes. My interview. My question for the interview were, what do you know about screen addiction? What is your advice on lessening screen time? How do you think screen time affects children? How are screens different in how they affect us? For example, is an iPad worse than a TV? What do you think is the best way to lose screen time? How can you avoid screen addiction? Based off my perspective, research, and discussions, I suggest the following ways. Reduce daily screen time. Don't bother about what people say about you online. Increase outdoor activities such as play sports of your choice or go out with your friends. Read more books and try to enjoy it. Spend more time with family and friends. Encourage family members to interact and not be on their devices. Eat meals without any phone or any devices. Socialize more with people and try making new friends. Develop more hobbies. Don't charge your phone in your room. Here is a link to my 1000 word big write, but for some reason this only works on Chrome. So I don't think I can show you this right now, but there's just a bunch of information on screen addiction. My action. The action I have chosen is to make a website and a YouTube video. So here are a couple of videos on my action. This one is my actual YouTube video. This one is my just like an update video on like how I'm doing on my website, and this is my interview video. And here is a link to my website, which only works on Chrome again. Um, so I'll play these two videos for you, but I don't think we're gonna have enough time for this big one because this is like 9 minutes. So there you go.
Okay, so this is my website that I have made. I have got my introduction. Greetings, my name is Krishna. Blah 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 blah. And so here's my introduction. Then if you scroll down, I have a bunch of information with pictures, like what is screen addiction side effects. Can screen addiction cause stress, anxiety, and depression? Yeah, a bunch of information, even ways to avoid screen addiction. Then I've also put my survey, put an introduction there, put my survey here that I did with parents and kids, and I worked like put them side by side so people can see the difference. I even did put my interview here. I have my interview with my dad. I videoed it, so it's on YouTube if you want to go check it out. Um, yeah, so I put my questions. So far, I'm doing pretty good. I put some photos of screen addiction, I could say. This one right here, I took myself. Yeah. But the other ones are just from online, and this my mom took. But the other ones are just from online that I found. Videos, I've put some videos here. This is my YouTube video, so this is one of my actions in another one of my actions. So, and this is the part that I haven't completed or started yet. So this I haven't completed, and yeah, that's about it.
Okay, so now we're gonna move into the second video. Let's play that. Sorry, it might be a bit laggy.
On my exhibition topic, which is screen addiction. What do I know about screen addiction? Well, I know that screen addiction is something that can cause many other addictions and can really influence people to getting addicted. Screen addiction is basically when you use so much screen that you just want to keep on going and going and going, and you don't realize how long you're spending on it. What advice do I have on lessening screen time? Well, from my research, I have gathered some information that is lessening screen time, you can, first of all, what you can do is read books, do more active things like go play outside, go out with your friends, go biking with your family, um, and just go outside and be active. That is one of the best ways to lessen screen time. How do you think screen time affects children? So screen time is really effective to children because children don't really limit their time because they don't know how much time they're spending, and so they just keep on going, but they don't realize. Some parents just tell their kids to limit their time, and most of the time the kids will listen, but the kids will sometimes will also get mad and like not want to limit because they're having too much fun and they're not realizing how much time they're actually spending. My final message is that you can lose screen time by being outside or inside, by being active or reading. Any of those can lose screen time, and that is really good for your health, and that will really be great. Thank you for listening.
Okay, those are the two videos that I'm going to play for this presentation because we're not going to have enough time for this one. But so moving into the next slide.
Okay, so
this is not supposed to happen.
Hello, this is a video.
This is not supposed to happen.
Hello.
This is not supposed to happen. Okay, sorry about that. Anyways, my model / diorama. So I started off with just a little cardboard piece and I put black paper all over it so it looked like space. And I made like a world out of clay, and so I sanded it down so it was smooth, and then I painted it so it looked like a world. Then I glued that to the paper, and I started seeing how I could put my pictures as how I wanted to put my pictures on the diorama, and so I started gluing them. And this is the picture of halfway, and then this is the final product. I think it really came out well, and yeah. My reflection. So my internet research went pretty good. I really researched so I could get a lot of information to tell you guys about screen addiction and how you can avoid it and what it does. So I really think that went well. My surveys, they went pretty well. People were pretty interested in answering my surveys, and I think I asked relevant questions so I could get some information that would help me throughout my exhibition. The pandemic has definitely made an impact on screen addiction because now people are locked inside their homes and they're being isolated, so all they're doing is spending time with screens, and it's really not good. My interview went pretty well. I could have asked some more relevant questions, and that's about it. My conclusion, I come to a conclusion that screen addiction is not a good thing. You should avoid it with the ways I tell you, or if you know any other ways. Thank you for listening. Time for some feedback and questions. There's my references. Okay.
So are they going to ask you questions now?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. But who is sitting on the other side?
My mom and dad. So you can ask questions.
Thank you, Krishna.
Thank you, Krishna.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Yep.
What actions are you taking to reduce the screen time?
So I'm limiting my screen time. Like I made a rule, which is just from Monday to Thursday, it's 45 minutes. Then on Friday, it's 1 hour. And then on the weekend, like Saturday and Sunday, it's 1.5 hours. So I'm reducing my screen time.
My question is, are you seeing any improvement in you?
Yeah, definitely, because before my screen time was really high and now it's gone down by a lot. So,
One more thing, Krishna, I wanted to ask
yep.
that when you did the survey, right,
Yeah.
and you asked the questions, what
Yep.
was the big difference between parent and kid responses?
The big difference was that the kids thought that they just did a lot less of everything. And so the parents were, I think the parents told like the actual results, and yeah, I think the parents were just telling like the actual thing instead of the kids saying, yeah, I don't spend much screen time. And any other questions or feedback?
Yes, the feedback is that it was good presentation. You covered all the topics, right? I would be a little more interested in knowing that when you did the interview, what information did you get out of that interview? That's the only thing, my feedback. So it will be good if you can also, in the next presentation, you talk about when you did the interview, you go through the questions which you asked, but then what did you learn from there, or what information did you get from there? That's the only feedback I have. But otherwise, it's a good presentation.
Yep. Thank
Very
you.
good. Yeah, very good presentation, Krishna.
Thank you, Krishna.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Huh.
And what now then?
All right, good luck, Senya. Don't forget, as you are ready to present, which is still 8 minutes away, so you don't record yet. Okay.
Yeah.
I see you busy recording right now. Is that right?
I wasn't recording. Maybe Krishna was.
Okay. He didn't push cancel. So can you please cancel the recording?
Yes.
Okay. It's still recording. Okay.